There's only one way to make money in online business. That is, to get attention and sell something. This is all online business is. You convince someone by posting your content to buy some product, and you make money. For example, you might have seen some Andrew Tate clones online. How do they make money? The answer is very simple, and it's that most of them speak some chit-chat that eventually convinces the person who's listening to buy the creator's product, which is most likely a course, and these guys make money and get rich. So now we know how money is made online, and we even understood it by an example. But the point is, how do we make money online? In this video, I will summarize the entirety of online business as best I can, and maybe you'll find it entertaining. Or you might actually start something for once. So let's start. Right off the bat, there are many scammy, cringe people on the internet that promote online business, basically make teenagers insecure, which leads these teens to buy their course. It's because of these people that online business seems like some kind of immature scam, and it just seems very unrealistic. But this isn't true at all. So first of all, if you have this image in your mind of online business, please remove it, because if you don't even believe you can make money, there's a high likelihood that you won't, and that's step 1 completed. Now we can move on to way more important things. Also, you need to understand that the amount of businesses that can be started for literally no money are infinite. You could talk about makeup and promote some random lipstick that earns you commission, or you could sell a course on how to get a second passport for people who live in Egypt or something. The point is, there are uncountable ideas, and that allows you to start for pretty much little to no money. So because of that, don't spend too much, because then, even if you lose, you don't lose much, and, nothing changes if nothing changes. But my main motive to tell you was to tell you this. Think about this. Take any online logical business model online you can think of, no matter what it is. I would guarantee that if you genuinely did research on the model, learned, made notes, started, and dedicated yourself, you would succeed. So, can you make money in dropshipping? Can you make money in YouTube or Instagram? The answer is, if you try. Understand that any logical business idea will work if you do your homework and try. And so far we've covered the basics. These are the things that you might have already heard or already know. But mainly, understand that your goal is to get attention and then sell stuff. That makes you money, and there are infinite things that you can do. And all logical businesses work if you try. Now let's move on to the main part of the video, which is what should I do and how do I do it in order to make money online? If I were to break down the template of any online business out there, it would be pick a niche and research it and get a product that you can sell. For example, let's say having a YouTube channel like this one right here. This channel is extremely small, and I've only got 3,000 views in my first 2 videos, but let's say this channel gets big. By that I mean like 7,000 subscribers or so. And let's say it gets 10,000 views per video. Then I could sell a course about how I grew a YouTube channel without showing my face or using my real voice. And you're telling me that out of all the 10,000 people that watch the videos, none of them will buy the course given that I make good content and promote the course well. I'll give you an example. This dude, Money Maxing, he's not that big, but really good at talking. And he promotes his course, which a lot of people join, and he probably makes good money too. Now that was just a case study. I'm not saying you have to do YouTube, or you have to sell a course. You can perhaps start a paid Discord, which tells people about the cheapest flights to Europe, and help people apply for their visa for Europe, and then promote it on Instagram, and there you talk about how to travel across Europe, and make good money. This was an extremely random example, which goes to prove that there really are infinite ideas out there, and they work if you try. So we got it till now. Pick a niche, research it, and find a product you can sell. And then you have to convince people to buy. Will it be hard? Probably. Will there be 1,000 different inconveniences that you've not thought of? Probably. But at the end of the day, you just have to press buttons on a laptop. And if you press the right ones, you're rich for some reason. So there are really 2 things that you need to worry about. Those are picking a niche and a product, and then promoting and selling it. Now let's talk about promoting and selling first, because you can pick a niche easily, but selling products is harder and a more useful skill set to have. So how do you promote a product online? Well, obviously what you have to do is put out content that convinces people to buy the product. So it's recommended you use all of the social media platforms and start a page on each one and start posting content Now you'll need to figure out how to post effective content, because each one has different forms of content and a different algorithm. So just look it up, I guess. And learning how to post content might take you some time, depending upon how quickly you understand things and how smart and mature you are. And if I can get 2,000 views on my second video ever and convince grown men to take time out of their day to write this, you can probably get way more attention than me. Let's say you help people get visas to Europe. Maybe you can post YouTube videos like how to travel a whole continent in under $2,000. Make sure the video is good, and in the end, you can talk about how you may need a visa and how you help other people get visas so people can contact you, and you can make some money and post more videos and Twitter posts about the European region and promote your services. And people interested in European travel will watch your content, and some of them will think this guy is pretty cool. So they might contact you and get disappointed. So yeah, be consistent, do your research, and try, and you will succeed. Now let's talk about how to pick a niche. And as you know, one of the basics of online business is that there are infinite ideas. Now obviously some work better than others, but as long as the idea doesn't seem too outlandish or unrealistic, you can probably pull it off and solve a problem with your product or service. So don't rush things, research properly, and take about 2 to 3 days of proper thinking to decide what niche to pick, and pick one and follow all of the other steps. Also, you might have picked up that all the things I talked about are very generic, simple things that you might already know about. And that's because you already do. Most people have the capability to make money online, but they don't. Not because of incompetence, but rather because of inaction. Because knowledge can't do anything if you sit around and watch YouTube all day. So please take action and do something. This is the real most important line of this entire video. Goodbye, and I'll see you next time.